The Heat are out of Miami and into an interconference game. Grizzlies will look to their home court advantage. Just one game here in Memphis. And, of course, Justice Winslow, they will definitely miss his contributions.
Well, as fans, as teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all he brings to the table. But I like what the trade does for him, and I bet it helps them right off the bat. I mean, it also is going to help them long term.
Well, we'll see, because you don't make a change this drastic without having a period of adjustment. So you may be right. We'll see how long it takes and whether this new look roster can gel.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Frazier in at the guard position.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2 points.
And, Clark, that's what you like to duplicate time and time again for the rest of the game.
Now here's Wade. Really disappointing game for him in that loss to New Orleans. And Freak throws it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
So for the Heat, their last game, a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
Here's Gasol. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Stevenson. That's good. Stevenson's. Got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Heat have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Up top, Frazier. Covered by Conley. Wade kicks to Whiteside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the night. Frazier against Conley. Stevenson outside. Back to Conley. And he makes good on the layup.
They'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
For Miami, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Here's Frazier. The kick out to Dang. Whiteside dishes to Wade. Shot is off. Some solid defense from Randolph.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Johnson attacking. Makes it off the glass.
You're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start. And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
So it's the Grizzlies now, following the score by Miami. Here's Randolph. It's rebounded by Bosh.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
The Heat with the lead. Here's Frazier. Trains it from 9 feet away. Frazier's got 6. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Conley against Frazier. Now here's Conley. He's covered closely. 5 to shoot. Shoots from 14. And the shot is long. The Heat leading by 3. And a wide open look for Freak. No good on the 3.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football when you can pound the basketball inside.
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
To control the team's transition.
So Memphis going with all
spacing.
Heat shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle, Conley and Allen in the backcourt, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. No good from Bosch.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans got the job done. He finished with 24 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. He turned in a great performance where it seemed nobody could stop him from taking over. You love to see that as a coach, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the open man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Now here's Conley. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Stolen by Bosch. Frazier outside. Shoots the 3. Miami no good on that time either. Memphis leading. Conley with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Randolph sets a screen for Allen. Inside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Freak. Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Wade, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And the Heat lead by 1. The Grizzlies shooting just phenomenal here tonight, 73% from the field. Gasol a screen on Frazier. Conley kicks to Randolph. 14 feet away. That one off the back iron and out. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Utah Jazz.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The shot's good from Gasol.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Let's throw it down inside or run some pick and roll up top.
And a moment to see numbers for Bob. He's right around 17 points tonight. 3 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Now here's Frazier. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Whiteside against Gasol. It's tipped. Stolen by Michael Conley. Now here's Gasol. Tight defense on him. Allen with it. And Bosch picks him up defensively. Conley the pass to Gasol. And it's Miami with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And as good as a team as they were a year ago, they hated seeing these guys in their meetings. Just couldn't get it done against them.
And even with all their talent, Greg, they finished 0-2 in the series. I mean, you know they're happy to be in different conferences now.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Goes up with a stripe. Jump shot is good. Now just a 1-point Heat lead.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Frazier. A beautiful reverse layup. Frazier's got 11.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now here's Conley. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. 6 to shoot. Gasol. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
For your Grizzlies, Mark Gasol. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Brandon Wright's checked in for Randolph. In the first half.
Thanks, Kevin Cook.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the 3rd. It's been a clinic out there by Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. And it's Frazier in at the points. Outside Conley. Here's the dish to Stevenson. Back to Conley. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And it's 6 points for Conley.
Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
Here's Frazier. Rejected by Randolph. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. So it's Miami now. They trail by 7.
3 straight misses here to start the second half. They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Now here's Frazier. Following the miss by Zach Randolph.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
And a look here at the most accurate shooting guards in the NBA this season. Number 5 is Dwayne Wade.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And not only can they light it up from the perimeter, Greg, but they get their buckets getting to the rim as well. I mean, aggressive moves to the basket are always going to help your shooting percentage. You got to get some easy ones to shoot a high percentage.
Allen's checked in for Memphis. And Randolph drops them both. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here is Frazier. He's got 13. To the inside. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Wade.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Now here's Allen. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Randolph kicks to Stevenson. Here's Gasol. And again, Memphis no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Here's Bosch. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got 4 assists in the game.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 8. Back to Conley. It's hauled in by Frazier.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
The rebound by Gasol. Memphis leading by 3. Gasol, a screen on Frazier. To the inside. Puts it up from 12. Gasol missing again. He'd have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Baseline jumper. Deng can't get it to go. Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Deng against Stevenson. He kicks to Gasol. On target from 13 feet. Gasol's got 10 points. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Frazier. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets. It's in the paint now.
Here is Conley. Following the basket by Freak. Randolph can't hit.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Deng. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now here's Stevenson. 13 points in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Conley. The 3. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Miami making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Wade against Allen. Wade kicks to Frazier for the lead. No luck. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way, no doubt. They've been winning on the backcourt. And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Another miss by Frazier. Memphis leading by 3. Stevenson outside. The pass to Conley. Gasol, a screen on Wade. Conley dishes to Randolph. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
To tie. And Frazier with the basket on the assist by Wade. Frazier's got the game tied up here for the Heat. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul. Michael Conley. He's checked in for Memphis. The Heat have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Conley out there with Donald Sloan. Then it's Brandon Wright. That's Tony Allen. And it's Green in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Miami.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Now here's Wright. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. Being full throttle ahead.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam.
Heads-up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
Here is Conley. After the Heat pick up 2. That is good. Conley's got 7 points here in this quarter.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Frazier kicks to Whiteside. Wade outside. And it's Dang in the corner. Here's Frazier. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He told his players, guys, we're letting opportunities slip away in transition. Let's push it up the floor, look to score some points in early offense. Kevin, can they pick up the tempo?
Marc Gasol's checked in for the Grizzlies. Randolph comes in for JaMychal Green. Now here's Conley. Back to Gasol. Takes the 13-footer. Nice jump shot. Good.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Conley against Frazier. Whiteside sets the pick for Freak. Dang goes in. Lots of room. Again, the Heat good for 2.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get live for your Whiskers.
There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Conley kicks to Gasol. Memphis moving it around. Out to Conley. Puts up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 16 points for Conley.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
To the left side wing. Back to Frazier. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Memphis has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Conley kicks to Gasol. To tie it up. And the shot falls short this time. Miami with the ball. A 2-point game. Wade with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Frazier from outside off the mark.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Game could be on the line right here.
It's basically now or never for them.
A tough position. Nails the triple.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So
It's our time. It's our time. You're so close to closing this one out. Freak.
And Stevenson's checked in for Allen.
Get him the ball.
There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Well, that took way too long. If they're trying to stretch this thing out, they shouldn't waste so much time.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
A three-pointer would be huge right now.
Or a chance to tie it up with the game on the line. This is what we live for. I want to see what happens right here.
Gasol got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, how...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
The show Freak was putting on tonight. It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Heat in Miami. For Miami, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Well, certainly the Timberwolves have one of the best young cores in the league now. Kenny, how well do Wiggins and Towns pair up with each other now and down the road?
Wow, young team. However, these two young guys can be superstars in this league, especially Wiggins. Wiggins can handle the scoring load, and Towns is learning his way, playing against guys his size, his strength for the first time on a consistent basis. But he's been solid. He's a solid defender, and this is going to be a good team down the line.
Both guys can play multiple positions on the floor, so they'll have a ton of flexibility as the team grows. You know what their favorite sitcom is?
What's that?
It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. The Timberwolves looking for a strong start to this road trip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. Towns is out there with David Lee, and it's Arthur in at small forward. The drive by Rubio, and Whiteside sends it back. Frazier outside. Takes the three. Can't hit, so Minnesota will take it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
And not only what they did in making them, but what they did to get to the line. I mean, they were constantly in attack mode, driving the lane and drawing fouls.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three.